All right, Aaron, thank you. Officials in Northern Virginia and D.C. are continuing to issue warnings about sick and dying birds that have been seen across the area. A surprising number were exhibiting strange symptoms such as crusty eyes or shaking heads. Now the Smithsonian Migratory Bird Center is asking you to help submit any reports. Joining us now with more on this is ecologist Brian Evans. Brian, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Jeanette. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So we mentioned it there. These birds are found visibly sick with strange symptoms, if not dead already. It sounds bizarre. What's going on?
Yeah, so the symptoms that the birds are experiencing are often blindness with crusty eyes and disorientation or shaking. They might not be able to stand. And this has impacted literally hundreds of birds and killed a lot of birds in our area.
Is this, I'm trying to get some perspective here, is this unprecedented? Like, how does it compare to anything else we've seen in terms of a large number of birds mysteriously dying?
Certainly over the last at least decade, this is very unprecedented in our region.
And what are the species of birds?
There's several species of birds that are impacted. The ones most impacted are blue jay, European starling, American robin, and common grackle. But actually, it's affected a lot of different species of birds in our area, which is really concerning. And it's also affected both juvenile and adult birds, but most of the birds, maybe 9 out of 10 of the birds, appear to be juveniles that are affected.
And I know we've seen this in our area, but this is happening in other parts of the country as well.
It sure is, yeah. So we first saw this in our area, but we're seeing it hard hit from Delaware to Ohio, and it seems like it may be expanding into Indiana and other areas as well, with isolated cases that are well outside of that region.
And when did this start? When did you guys start to notice that something was off?
We started to notice in May, though the first few cases do appear to have come in much earlier, probably April or even March.
I know experts are trying to pin down exactly what's causing this. I saw some theories about a possible connection to Brood X, a cicada emergence. Anything to that?
Yeah, well, that was certainly one of our early ideas, one of the early sort of hypotheses that we were testing. We had really hoped that it was the cicadas because the cicadas come along once every 17 years. So we know that it wouldn't have likely a long-term effect on the populations. So it does appear that the extent that the area spatially that this mortality event is occurring is wider than that of Brood 10, though.
Gotcha. Okay, let's talk about ways that folks can help. There are two ways. I want to begin with the most simple one. If you have a bird feeder.
Yeah, if you have a bird feeder right now, we don't know what's causing this. This is fully a mystery, so you have to take your bird feeder down. We ask everybody to take your bird feeder down and your bird bath down. We always ask folks to clean their bird feeders and baths regularly, but right now that's not enough. We have to make sure we take it down.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, Brian, because I did see some earlier reports about experts asking people to clean them out, but you're going even further than that.
Yeah, until we get further word from USGS, we do ask everybody to take them down.
Gotcha. And then lastly, experts are asking for, essentially, they're relying on citizen science. What exactly is that and how does that help?
Yeah, this is a huge moment for citizen science, for the public to play a great role in submitting data so we can get a better understanding of what's going on. And what that means is observing the birds that are around you, having your family and friends observe the birds around you and look for sick and dead birds. And when you find that, report it. This is going to tell us the spatial extent of this mortality event. It's going to tell us the timing and how many birds are infected. Because until that point happens, we really won't know.
Yeah, absolutely. It is quite the mystery. We'll make sure to keep tabs on this as well. Thank you so much, Brian Evans, for giving us your time and insight this morning.
Great. Thank you.
All right, Steve, I'll send it over to you.
Well, like many